Hi friends, so today we are going to see about how to have formatted input output in a program. That is, you want to display some value on the monitor but in a particular format method. So formatting input output can be applied on three different data types. That is, one is integer, float and string. Let's start with integer. So let's see how to apply formatted input output used in an integer data type. Normally for displaying integer value, we write down printf, and in printf the format specified that we use is %d. But when we want to apply formatted input output operations, then in that case we are going to use it in a different form. What would be that different form is percentage. We are going to use two new things, that is flag and width, and modifier character. Modifier character is our d for integer. Okay, so flag and width are the two components that has to be added to get a specific type of output on the display. That is, in short form, you can write down percentage FWD. F for flag, W for width, and D is for the modifier character for integer, which is D. Now, what is flex? So, flex has two values. Either it can be minus or it can be a 0. If it is minus, means all the value, integer value, is displayed in a left justified format. Means the values are displayed from left hand side of the screen. So if the flag is equal to 0, then the integer value will be padded with 0. That is, if you have 5, then it may become 05 or 005 and so on as per the formatting we have applied. So flag's value can be either minus or it can be a 0 value. Next is width. Width would be a simple numerical number which will decide that the output would be printed on how much overall width it will define. Suppose if I write here 10, width is equal to 10, means 10 particular places will be used by a computer to display a particular number. Let's understand with an example. The next one is modifier character. Modifier character for integer is %d, that is D. For long integer it is L, and for short it is H. Now before D, L or H, you can either go use flag or you can use width. Let's understand this with an example. Suppose I have the value of x is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4. If I write down in printf statement, if I write down %2d 1, 2, 3, 4. It means, that is, if I write down printf, then in bracket double quotes, I am writing down %2d double quotes close and the value of x. I want to display the value of x using some formatting applied. Instead of writing simply %d, I have written here %2d. So 2 means the width. So I want to display the value of 1, 2, 3, 4 in the width of is equal to 2. Now since 1, 2, 3, 4 require minimum 4 digits, 4 places, and if you specify a number with value lower than this, then it would be ignored by a compiler, and this too will be ignored by a compiler, and simply you will get the output as 1, 2, 3, 4, because you cannot cut down the number 1, 2, 3, 4, which is of 4 digits to 2 digits. Let's see the next example, that is %6d. Now here the width is equal to 6. The number is 1, 2, 3, 4, which has 4 digits. So you have 2 extra space in your particular output. So the output would be 1, 2, 3, 4. By default, the integer are displayed right justified. So 1, 2, 3, 4 would be on the right hand side. And before 1, you will have 2 extra spaces here. Space, S is for space. So 2 spaces and then 1, 2, 3, 4 will be displayed on the screen. That is, this is here 6 space 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So here 1, 2, 3 and 4 would be displayed, and this extra 2 spaces will be there here. These are spaces would be displayed onto the screen, because the total width of displaying this number should be is equal to 1, 6. Next is percentage minus 6d. Now minus is a flag. What it means is left justified. 6 is the width. So minus is your flag, 6 is your width, and D is the modifier character. So now how it would be displayed? Since we have written minus, that is left justified. So the number would be printed from left hand side, and after the number you will have two extra spaces. Okay, the next is percentage 06D. It means 0 is the flag, which means it should be padded with 0. 6 is the width, and D is the modifier character. Now, so the number 1, 2, 3, 4 is displayed, but it is right justified. Flag is 0, so the number should be padded with 2 extra zeros because the total width should become 6. 4 digits of the number and 2 zeros. If I write 7D, 07D means there would be 3 zeros and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. Okay, so this was all about formatted in output, how to display a number integer value using this particular format, that is flag, width and modifier character. We have seen number of different examples to understand the use of different formatting option. Now we'll see how to display a floating point value, that is a decimal point value. In that case, we'll have percentage flags, then the width as that of integer type, but extra thing that we are going to have is dot precision. After width, we are going to write down the precision value. The precision value will determine how many digits you want to have after decimal point, and the modifier character. For float, the modifier character is F. In short, you can write down percentage F W. F is for flag, W dot P, that is width dot precision, and for modifier character for float is F. Again, the flag is same as that of previous. That is, it can be, the flag can have value of minus or 0. Minus is for left justified, 0 is width for padding with zeros. Width is the overall width of the output. Precision, as I said, it will decide how many number of digits you want to have after decimal point. Now say, let's understand this with an example. I have the value of x equal to 12.3456. That is, after decimal point I have 4 digits. Now if I write percentage f, then by default the output would be 12.3456 and 2 extra zeros, because the floating point value is displayed with 6 precision. That is, after decimal digit, by default the compiler will have 6 digits. So 3456 already we have, and extra 2 zeros are appended with this particular number. If you write down percentage 0.2f, see the width is not specified, the flag is not specified here. Dot 2 means the precision value is 2, means after decimal point you should have 2 digits. So what would be the output in this case? 12.3 as it is, but it's not displayed 4 because after 4 we have a number 5. So if you have a number 5 or more, then the previous number gets rounded up. So it becomes 35. So 12.35. Next example is percentage 10.2f. So in this case the width is 10, precision is 2, f is the modifier character. So we have to display the number, that is, after decimal point you should have 2 digits, so the number will become 12.35, but this 12.35 should be displayed in 10 width. So how we are going to do is, first 12.35 is displayed from the right hand side. By default it is right justified if no flag is being mentioned here. Now this 12.35 means it occupies how many space? Total 5 space. 1 for 5, 2, then dot also takes up 1 space, 2 and 1. So total 5 space are already used. We have a total width of 10. So extra space that you will have is 5 more space. So 5s, that is space. So 5 space and then 12.35 would be displayed onto the screen. Next is percentage minus 7.2f. So minus is the flag, means right justified, 7 is the width, and after decimal point we have 2 values. So 12.35 will be displayed, but it would be now left justified, starting from left hand side. Total space should be 7. So 12.35 means it occupies 5 space. So 2 extra space will be added after 5. That is, total width, overall width now will become 7. Next is percentage 4.3f. So after decimal point there should be 3 digits. So it becomes 12.346. Right? This 5 will be rounded up to 6. So 346. Since the width is less than the number of digits that has to be displayed, the total space minimum we require for here is 5 and 1 dot, that is 6 space, but we have specified here the width less than that, so it would be ignored by a compiler and directly the output would be displayed, that is 12.346. So if the width is less than the number that has to be printed, it would be ignored by the compiler. If the width is more, then extra spaces would be added. The spaces would be either before left justified or it would be on from on the right hand side depending upon the flag. So this was about float. Okay, and let's see one few more examples related to displaying the output. That is, I have an integer a which is equal to 65. 65 is the value that is stored in the variable a. A is of integer data type. Format specifies percentage %c means for a I'm using the format specifies percentage %c means I'm writing printf then percentage %c and a value. It means this a value which is having the value 65, I want to display it in a character format, that is percentage %c. So it will this 65 will be taken as an ASCII value. Capital A has the ASCII value of 65, so A would be displayed onto the screen. So you will get the output as A. But instead of percentage %d, if I write down percentage %d, then I'll get the output as 65 only. The number would be displayed. But if I write percentage %c means the 65 will be taken as an ASCII value and its respective character would be taken. If I write down A is equal to 66, then capital B would be displayed. Another thing is, I have integer a is equal to 15. So the value of a is 15 now. When I use the format specifier as percentage %x, then it will display the hexadecimal value of 15. So what is hexadecimal value of 15? That is f. So f will be displayed onto the screen. If I write down percentage %o, we are not writing percentage %d here. We are writing percentage %x or percentage %o. So percentage %o means octal value would be displayed. So the octal value of 15 is 17 and 17 would be displayed onto the screen. Next is now formatted output to a string data type. We have seen of integer, we have seen of float. Now the last one is formatted output we are applying to a string. So for that we have the format as percentage flags with dot count. Now here it's not precision but it is count. Count means the number of characters you want to display onto the screen, and the modify character for string is s. So if I write down printf percentage s hello world. Hello world is my string. How many characters are there in this hello world? Total 5 characters of hello, 6 for comma, 7 for space. For world, next 5 characters. So 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 and 13 for exclamation. So there are 13 characters in all. So hello world would be displayed as it is. We are using only percentage %s. Only the modifier character. We have not given here flags, width or count. So hello world would be displayed. Now if I write down percentage %15s. So 15 is the width. Okay, so hello world should be displayed in 15 spaces. Already hello world has how many characters? 30 characters. So extra 2 spaces would be added here. Again, this is your right justified. Hello will be displayed right justified and then 2 extra spaces onto the left hand side. Next is percentage %10s. %10s means 10 is now the count because it is placed after decimal point. Count means how many characters you want to display it onto the screen. So out of the 13 characters of hello world, we want to display only 10 characters. So which are the 10 characters? Hello 5 characters, comma 6, space 7 and from world we'll take only 3 characters WOR. So total 10 characters would be displayed onto the screen. Next is percentage -10s. So width is 10 and flag is minus. So it is left justified. So hello would be printed on the from left hand side. The width is small than the total number of characters, that is 13. So it would be ignored by the compiler. Next is percentage -15s. Now the width is 15 and minus means left justified. So hello world would be printed, that is 13 characters and 2 characters after the word. Next one is percentage 15.10s. It means the width is 15 and how many characters we want to display is total 10 characters from hello world. So hello WOR, right? So this constitute your 10 characters. Total the width is 15. So extra 5 spaces would be added with hello world before. Next is, and the last example is minus 15.10s. Means 15 is the width. The flag is minus, it is right justified, and we have to display only 10 characters. So 10 characters means hello WOR and 5 spaces after the a character R. So the spaces would be added from on the right hand side and not on the left hand side because the minus flag is used. Okay, so this was all the different way of displaying the output, either whether it is an integer, float or a character. We have seen number of different examples to understand this concept. So that's all for now. Thank you. Goodbye.